Alright, we're back for another beer review. Sort of rare and far in between at this point in this channel, but we're back with a big one, a special one, so I had to dig into it. And this is for your viewing pleasure and for my drinking pleasure, perhaps. Well, actually, I've already had one of these, so I can already tell you it is for my drinking pleasure, but this is Greetings from Canada, Coast to Coastless, and it's not a collaboration, a quad-laboration, it says on here. When I first saw that, I was kind of excited, because like, ooh, a quad. A bunch of people are doing a quad, but no, it's actually an Imperial ESB, and it sits at, what was it, 7.6% alcohol by volume, and it is a collaboration between Phillips Brewing from Victoria, BC, Flying Monkeys from Barrie, Ontario, True de Diable from Shawinigan, Quebec, and Garrison Brewing from here in Nova Scotia, Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. So it's a sort of coast-to-coast to coastless, they say, collaboration. It's available in all 10 provinces for a limited time. The way it was done is that they all agreed upon a recipe, I guess, and they all brewed it separately in their region, and then they distributed it. So there's actually a YouTube video about this, just showing them all brewing. It's got like a 4-way split screen camera thing going on, showing them all pouring the stuff into the tank and everything. So there you go. Let's see what else it says on this. No matter where we go, craft beer is there. Coast to Coastless Imperial ESB is cross Canada, BC, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia collaboration. The ESB, extra special bitter, of course. Traditionally, a style noted for harmony of malt and hops, is amped to imperial strength, representing our big country underneath the biscuity. I don't need to know that. Dear craft beer drinkers, Canadian craft brewers are loyal to our friendships and culture of mutual support. We respect each other, we root for each other, we inspire each other, we drink each other's beers, and when we can, we love to brew with each other. Wish you were beer. So we have Matt from Phillips Brewing, Peter from Flying Monkeys Craft Brewing, Isaac from True de Diable, and Brian from Garrison Brewing. Okay, that's very cool. So an Imperial ESB, not exactly a style that I would ever think you would want to make an Imperial version of, but that's just me. What did I do with my bottle opener now? There it is. So this has been sitting out for a little while. So it's at optimum temperatures. And like I said, I already had one bottle of this, so... because this is a big beer, so I wanted to keep my video short, because I'm doing it on the HD camera, by the way, so I didn't want to have like a 20-minute video where I'm waiting for the fucking thing to warm up or whatever. I do have some notes here, a little bit of a cheat sheet. I just wanted to run down the hop and malt bill of this one. So as far as the malts go, it's got pale American malt, this is your standard pale malt. It's got Kiln Amber, which is essentially a biscuity type malt, very little bit above the pale malt. You know, the pale malt's very neutral. This one is kind of a biscuity malt, so you find that in a lot of British beers. Also has crystal malt. Crystal malt, of course, brings on the sort of sweetness. Generally, what you find in darker beers, generally they'll have like a crystal malt. I don't even know if they use them a lot now. Like, it was a big thing for a while, but yeah, essentially what that does is bring on some sweetness, like molasses sweetness and stuff like that. The hop bill is interesting. All UK hops. There's UK Bramling Cross. That is actually a hybrid hop between Golding and Manitoban Wild, interestingly enough. And UK Challenger, which is, the first one, by the way, the Bramley Cross, is very much an aroma hop. The second one, UK Challenger, that's a sort of a dual purpose hop. And the final hop is UK Admiral, which is, I believe, also a bittering hop. And there you go. that's what we got in this sucker. So you look at it, it definitely looks like an English bitter ESB kind of color, that sort of darkish amber bordering on red. Looks very nice. Nice little bit of head going on there. I've got it in a British Nautic pint glass, so I think probably pretty ideal for this style. Looks very nice. So we'll go right to the aroma. Yeah. It's very biscuity. There's a nice biscuity thing going throughout it. A little bit of an earthiness there in the background. A little bit musty. Smells like bread crust. When you just sort of, you take it in for a while, all those sort of smells come together. Kind of a bread crust kind of smell, not quite brown bread, but you know, like a really nice hearty kind of bread. Earthy tones coming out as well. It's not super complex, but it smells really nice. It definitely smells like an ESB. There's a little teeny bit of fruitiness coming out, which you generally will get with an ESB. Some sort of fruity character. Yeah, it smells really good. Not getting any alcohol in the smell. Again, 7.6%. So we'll go right to the taste and see what we think. Cheers, guys. Yeah, biscuity malt, again, comes out really big time. Up front, there's also a nice, sweet, candy-ish kind of taste going on. Very much licorice sort of a taste. Very much on that sort of scale, but it's not overpowering, so if you're a person who doesn't like licorice like me, thankfully, it's not cloying or anything like that. It's very subdued, subtle, nice. So you got licorice, you got biscuity. Finishes dry. Finishes very earthy, herbal kind of taste. But it doesn't go to the point where, say, like my friend Average Joe would say, it's like you're eating dirt or drinking dirt or something like that. It's not an intense Kent Golding kind of earthiness, mineral kind of taste. It's close to it, but it's a little bit subdued as well. And underneath all this, you are getting the alcohol. You can taste the alcohol just a little bit in the back of your throat. Little teeny bit warming going down. But it's a very smooth drink. Lower medium bodied. This essentially tastes like a starter barley wine, English style barley wine. It doesn't quite have like the sweetie, the sort of sweet fruit cake notes that you'll generally get in a English barley wine. I know Matt from Massive Beer Reviews, if he watches this video, he'll start to groan and shrug, but it does not have that orange marmalade sort of flavor. I'm sorry, but that's a legitimate tasting note. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Doesn't have that sort of character to it. So it actually succeeds in what it's doing. When I heard, I know at least one person who's had this before me, and when they described it, it sounded like it was essentially a British barley wine in style. No, it actually succeeds in sort of basically just amping up an ESB to a certain degree. And perhaps it lacks a bit of the fruitiness that most ESBs have. Like, there's this nice balance of sort of fruitiness with the standard British biscuity malt, and then you get the finish with the really earthy hops. and sort of mineral taste. All those elements are sort of here, but the fruitiness is dialed back a little bit. That licorice sweetness is more prominent in the actual taste than any sort of like fruit flavors. And it works really well. It's very drinkable, 7.6%. It's a dangerous beer because it actually is very drinkable. Like I said, you get a little bit of alcohol, but you're not getting enough to make you go, oh, I better, slow down. And yeah, holy crap. That's actually a really nice, well-crafted beer. Very good. Kind of a weird style to do a collaboration on. To be honest, just I don't know. I guess in a way it's weird, but in the same way it's kind of refreshing, because usually when you see breweries do collaborations and stuff, they go for some sort of just off the fucking wall, bizarre style, some sort of bourbon barreled out the fuck kind of thing, Here they just basically let's take an ESB and let's amp it up a little bit and let's make it really drinkable and really good instead of just spoiling it with like lots of alcohol. And they succeeded here, so kudos to all the breweries involved in this. It's very, very nice. Like I said, available in all 10 provinces for a limited time only. Go and see if you can find it. It can't be that limited because I actually got this in my NSLC. So if I can get this in my NSLC, you should probably be able to get it in your beer store, wherever you are, whatever province you're in. Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good. This is the Greetings from Canada, coast to coast, coast to coastless. It's a hard thing to pick up on your brain. You just want to say coast to coast. I mean, Imperial ESB. And I'm going to give that a solid 4 out of 5. It's very, very nice. It's got a nice little bit of complexity. Does not quite make the barley wine status, which I don't think they were shooting for anyway, but it does sort of taste like an introductory to barley wines to some degree. And I really appreciate that about this beer. So, cheers, guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.